Guys, I just wanted to say that I got back from the Evangelism conference that happened down in Orlando over at Richard Lorenzo Jr.'s church. And what I do got to say is that God moved in power. I mean, it rained on Sunday, and we were still out there evangelizing. Me and this guy with dreads, I didn't ask his name, were able to get two people baptized, and we prayed for a lot of folks. And I'm going to tell you, God moved in power. In power, you know. Pastor Lorenzo said in the church that if you ask God for certain things, He gives it to you, and I believed it. I believed in God, and I said I wanted to receive the word. And as we literally were in the street preaching process, I started downloading. Like we got this one guy that you can tell that he's been addicted, but for some particular reason, the moment I started talking to him, God literally just went, "Hey." He went through what you went through as a kid with your father, and I start talking to him, and the brothers just starts bawling. He's like, and I start telling him, I said, "Listen, I know what you're going through because my dad did the same thing to me as a kid, and I forgave him." Blah blah blah. He accepted Jesus Christ. We got him baptized. I had a green shirt on with flowers, and the Lord was like, "Just give him the shirt." I gave him the shirt. I prayed for a couple other folks. And then this lady who was living in the street with her daughter and so forth was walking by, and God was like, "Go talk to her." Went to go talk to her. So the first time I just like a voice came through, like an emotion came through where I felt it. The second time I'm sitting with this sister, and the Lord just pops out. He just like pops out like a small vision. I see her in a hotel room with her husband and her kids, and the dude's like abusive. And I tell her that, and she looks at me like, "Wow." And I said to her, "Listen, there's no way I would know those things." There was something else I just can't recall what else I told her, but I said, "There's no way I can know those things. The only way I can know that is only if the Holy Spirit or God is talking to me." And she accepted Jesus, and she got baptized. And then the Lord told me, "Go get her something to eat for her and her daughter." And I did that. So I went. I took her, and I ate some crispy chicken taco, and she ended up getting like a burger and some chicken tenders for her daughter. And I just reached out to her today too as well. And then another brother that got baptized, some young ladies from I think they were from the ATL that were evangelizing in a different group, went and spoke to that brother, and he was just crying about his mom. And I said, "Listen, a mother's prayer." I said, "Yo, I'm 49 years old. My mother's prayers 2 years ago. She's been praying for me to come back, and look, I'm back with the Lord." And it was just amazing to see that. So I ended up talking to him, and then the Lord just told me that he does art and he was a dancer, and I said, "You'll be dancing for God." All I gotta say, God moved with power. If you believe in Jesus Christ, I'm gonna say this is the time. This is the time. All you gotta do is believe in what God says in Matthew, where He says you're gonna cast out demons, okay, in His name. You gotta believe it. You gotta believe what He's telling you. You got to believe in that word, and it's going to happen. It's going to happen. And I'm going to just sign off, but I'm going to put a couple of clips so you guys can see how it went down. Signing off.
I'll share a little bit of my testimony with you guys. If you guys know me, if you guys don't, just a little bit of it. I grew up in the church. I was Baptist. I went to church.